Hello everyone, welcome if you're new, welcome back if you already subscribed. I wanted to show you all my 2025 budget. So basically it's gonna be a very brief video about my income and my expenses, all the expenses that I had in 2025. I thought that this could be an interesting video for someone who's thinking to come into Canada in 2026. I just released a video last week about this topic, so if you're interested, you should click on the banner on top. I live alone in a studio apartment in Edmonton, so all the expenses that you're going to see will be basically referring to Edmonton and Alberta specifically. I did a lot of traveling last year, so you will also see a lot of that. But overall, I think you could use this data as something that could help you in trying to understand what budget or how could you set up your budget if you want to move to Canada. Anyway, let's dig in. So I would start with my income. In 2025, I worked all year with a full-time job. I work remotely, I work from home. This is my net pay, so what I take home basically. On average, I got paid $3,964, and yeah, the total net for the year was $47,572. I will have another slide after this, which is gonna be specific for my income because I wanted to show you the taxes. So of course, I didn't only perceive this income, got some money from my parents. So I went back twice last year to Italy because I'm Italian. I moved here in Canada in 2024, and I try to go back maybe twice per year. So this is what you see here is every time I go back, maybe it's Christmas or it's close to my birthday. So my parents, my uncle, my grandma, usually they contribute with something. This is very typical for the Italian family, and I'm very grateful for that. The other type of income that I had was basically from the CRA, the Canada Revenue Agency, that is the tax refund that you get when you do your taxes, and also me selling other stuff. I think I sold my camera, I sold my drone, I sold a lot of stuff. So in total for 2025, my net income comes to $54,232.33, which it's good. I cannot complain. This is my second year in Canada, and to see this kind of salary, it's quite good because again, I work from home. I don't have a car. So you'll see that my expenses are not that high, and I was able to save something out of this income. So as I mentioned already, I'm gonna show you the detail of my income, my employment income. So my gross income for 2025 has been basically $61,562. Out of these, I had to pay taxes, both provincial and federal tax. So it ended up being $9,138.65, which is good. I mean, I cannot complain. Of course, it's always good if it could be lowered, right? I cannot complain. So CPP is the public pension plan in Canada. CPP stands for Canada Pension Plan, and it's about $3,500. It's not that much, to be honest. I'm very happy because compared to Italy, this is like 3 times less. In Italy, the public pension plan contribution is mandatory, and you have to pay 30% out of your salary. In Canada, is 3.3%. I think in Canada this is splitted between you and your employer, so you pay half of it and the employer pays the other half. Then we have employment insurance, which is very low, it's $1,000, and then you have the long-term disability. So as you can see, the net is $47,575.28. So overall, we have an income tax of 14.84%, which is not bad. From this, I subtracted the CPP and all the other contribution because I wanted to just see what was the impact of the income tax. This is due to the fact that I live in Alberta, and Alberta introduced a basically flat tax on all incomes below $60,000, and this I think it's around 8%, and then you have the federal one, which again is already 7.5%. But as you can see, what impact the most, I think, is if we include CPP, employment insurance, and long-term disability. So overall, all the taxation comes about 20.45%. This should be lower though, because I'm not including this in the 2025 budget because I just received a tax refund of $1,200. So the net tax that I paid in 2025 is actually lower. I think maybe it's close to 12% or 11%. Yeah, that should be right. But anyway, I just wanted to present you this because I think it's very interesting, and also if you want to compare the type of taxes that you pay where you come from compared to where you want to go here in Canada, I think that is very interesting. So the next slide will be about expenses, and I divide my expenses in essentials and non-essentials. So usually it will be the same format. So I will show you the monthly average and the total for the past year. So we start with electricity. Electricity is very cheap here in Alberta. Overall, I paid $38 per month, and totally I think I spent $458. Usually I pay $50 per month, which is very cheap. And I was able to get some referral when I started, because I moved in this studio apartment in January 2025, and I was able to save maybe $50 or $70 the first 2 months. So that is why the monthly average is below $40, even though I basically paid $50 for all the other months. So yeah, for $458, it's fine, it's perfect, and I was able to actually deduct this from my taxes, because here in Canada, if you work from home, you can deduct this, the expenses from your taxes, like the rent, the electricity, the internet connection, and so on. The second point in this list is internet. Internet is kind of expensive here in Canada. Monthly, I think I paid $83. Yes, this is because I think internet started in February here. So overall, I spent $1,000. That is super expensive, especially compared to Europe. I think in Europe it's half. I think I pay close to $94 every month. This is for 1 gigabit of internet, basically. They also gave me a TV box to lower the price of the subscription, and I was able to use TELUS. I use TELUS's internet here with a kind of huge discount, because the apartment complex that I live in, they have this agreement with TELUS, so basically I was able to get a discount. Otherwise you'll pay more, unfortunately. So anyway, let's go to the next one, which is the cell phone. I spend close to, yes, $40 per month. This is accurate. I think it's close to 38, but I think I went once to Hawaii last year and I forgot to activate my roaming plan, so I had to pay a fee or something like that. Anyway, this is also expensive. I think this is $40 per month, tax included, and it includes 50 gigabytes. It's not that much. It's a 5G connection though, and this is done through Public Mobile. I have a Canada, US, and Mexico roaming plan, I think. So I won't pay anything extra if I remember to activate the roaming plan. So yes. So far I have to say that all of these expenses are quite low, maybe compared to Europe, especially compared to Italy. The next one is rent. So rent is expensive in Canada. I ended up paying $1,200 per month for this studio apartment. I really like this studio apartment. The view is kind of nice actually. So this is why I decided to get this apartment in the first place. Compared to Canada though, this is cheap. Like in Vancouver, this could be easily around $1,800 per month. So I have to consider myself very happy. I would want this to be lowered in the future, of course, because it's something that really impacts on your budget. Because like look at all the other expenses, and so far rent is the highest one. So yeah, this is I mean $1,500 for an apartment in a whole building is kind of depressing. Anyway, let's proceed to the next point in the list, which is laundry. I don't have laundry in suite. I have it shared, unfortunately, and it's not included in the rent. And it's quite expensive because I think every time I have to do some laundry, it's like 10 bucks, 10 bucks, 10 bucks. So I kind of try to restrain myself in washing clothes, which kind of sounds like cheap, but it's like 30 bucks per month. If I go every 2 weeks, this is gonna be basically 30 bucks per month. Which again, I mean, to me, it's kind of expensive because if you would have owned the washing machine and the dryer, this would have been much cheaper. Like I'm pretty sure you don't spend 10 bucks for every time you do laundry. Anyway, yes, in essential, I have drugs and proteins. I would have to remove the proteins though, but most of these, I didn't buy any drug at all last year. Most of this is just about protein, and I buy them from Costco. And unfortunately, it ended up being here, but I should have removed the protein part from essentials because yes, proteins are essential to build muscles, but are not essentials to survival. So I should have removed them from here. The next one is groceries, which is I think the second highest point in this list. Yes, and so as you can see, I was able to average $625.82 per month. So I usually shop at Costco. So I would say that 95% of these 600 and plus dollars, it comes from Costco. All the others, like a Canadian Superstore, Save on Food, and all the other stuff. Yes, maybe I go there when I have to buy milk, for example, because it's 10 minutes walk. So I don't take the car and drive to a Costco because it would be extremely unprofitable, because when you have to buy milk at Costco, you realize that milk at Costco costs at least $150 because you will buy a lot more. So but as you can see, groceries are not cheap here, and Costco should provide you the best value per kilo, per item, because they buy in bulk, you buy in bulk, so it should be cheaper. But overall, it's around $600. I can also tell you that for this year, I've seen already an increase in prices for 2026, and the increase in prices sometimes it's around 20 to 30%. I don't know why. I'm not sure if it's because of the tariff that Trump imposed on Canada or because of the oil crisis, but I've seen a huge increase in this, unfortunately. And then as a last one, we have public transport and car sharing. So last year I used the car quite a lot. If you're planning to come to Canada, as I mentioned already in the video that I recorded last week and that I published, to own a car is very expensive. To share a car, to car sharing, I think it's cheap because I spent basically, I would say $4,000, because in this $391.35 you have to include the public transport. Because it's cheaper for me to use the train or the bus compared to common auto. So I would say that I spent around $4,000 on common auto, but $4,000 I did a lot of road trips, at least 3 road trips. And I have to say that Common Auto is very cheap. So if you're planning to come to Canada and if you don't want to buy a car, Common Auto, I would say it's a very interesting alternative to car ownership, basically. And public transport also is very cheap, because here in Edmonton, for example, the monthly subscription, which is basically the monthly maximum that you can pay, is $100. Usually I think I hover around $50 for public transport. So yeah, that is why I said those $700 I think are more public transport than anything than the car sharing. So overall, on average, I spent per month $2,455.91. And for the whole year, I spent $29. Sorry, yeah, maybe that would be amazing. $29,470.94. So the second category is the non-essential. These are also expenses. These will include everything else, basically. So again, the format is the same. My membership at Costco, which I pay annually, but I like to put aside like this 11 and $38 every month. So when I have to renew it, I have the certainty that I don't have to, oh my God, I have to go around and try to find this $136. No, I already have it. So, and it's very easy. And it's very easy for doing all the accounting stuff and to just put aside money. So this is perfect. And to be honest, Costco membership is very cheap compared to all the other expenses. Then yes, this is my WestJet credit card. I have it because I can check in a bag for free. And if you fly more than once, I would say, per year, you already get this value back in both the points, because if you pay with this card, they will give you WestJet points, and again, you will have a free check-in bags, which is a huge deal for me because usually it's around $70. So if you fly twice, sorry, I said once, but twice. So if you fly twice already, you already get this card paid for, right? Because it's $150 saved, so you're good to go. And I fly with Jetted more than twice last year because I went to Hawaii. I went back to Italy twice. I think I went to Vancouver once, and I always use WestJet. So basically, I repaid this, and also the points that you get from WestJet you can use them and basically transform them into discounts for flight. So I just bought a flight for Italy recently, and I was able to save $200 because I had a lot of points. So if you fly with WestJet quite often, I think this is a good credit card. They will also offer insurance on delays, in case they lose the check-in. Hopefully that will not happen, but in case it happens, you are covered with this card. So overall, for me, it's a very good credit card. Then we have American Express. I closed this credit card because I was not using it that much, and it was very expensive because they hiked the price to $15. So I said no, I'm out. I think that I got the green card. This was the Cobalt card, and I said no, I'm not using it, and it really didn't make any sense to me. But again, yes, it was $13 per month, so it was $155 per month. Then Fitbod is my fitness app. I paid annually. It's $100. It's very cheap. It's like having your personal trainers always with you, so that is good. I only paid $8.75 basically. Adobe Suite, I had these for two months. I think I was sharing an Adobe Premiere subscription, and I paid $30 per month. I had it for 2 months, so basically $5 per month. Yes, but then I kind of suspended because I wasn't using it. Amazon Prime, for me, it's an essential to have, and it's very cheap. It's $100. It's basically $8 per month. Super cheap. You have Amazon Prime Video, Amazon Prime Music, a lot of services included, so that is a must for me. And it's very cheap, $8 per month. It's amazing. I basically buy every month on Amazon, so that is a pretty good deal. YouTube Premium. I am someone that consumes a lot of YouTube contents, and this to me, it's another essential. When I go to the gym, I really like to just listen to YouTube videos when my phone is unlocked, and YouTube Premium allows you to do that. I'm skipping a lot of commercials that are becoming more and more like longer. So, and only $8 per month, this is good. Artlist, this is the one that I use for YouTube. So basically it's a service that provides you with soundtracks, the footage that you can include in your videos, and they ask me for a price, of course. So it's, I think I started using it from June or July, because it's kind of $10 per month, so it's about $64. That's good. So overall, this is the first part. I have more, but so far I spent $842.13 in 2025 for all of these type of expenses. So let's proceed. Then I have Lightroom. Again, I'm not using Lightroom anymore, so if I think I cannot cancel the membership, and they are tricky because now they will say, oh my god, it's like $7 per month, but if you cancel before 1 year, you will have to pay basically for all the year. So be aware of that. Anyway, I think I spent $50 for like 3 or 4 months. Apple One, this is another essential for me, and usually the full subscription is about $47 per month, but I'm sharing this with with 5 people. So I'm able to save a lot of money. It's like I only pay $7, maybe it's close to $8 per month, and it's super cheap because you have 2 terabyte on iCloud, all the iCloud services, so Apple Music, Apple TV, games, news, Apple Fitness, and all of this stuff for only $8. That is a deal for me. YNAB is the software that I use for budgeting. It's called You Need a Budget, and I also share this with other 3 people. And it costs me, so this is in Canadian, as you can see. Oh, a big disclaimer, some of these expenses will be in euro, but I convert them all in Canadians. So for example, this is close to €3 because I still have this service linked to my European account, my Italian one. So this is also super cheap, and I use this every month. And all these numbers comes from this software. You Need a Budget, and I think I'll make a video about this software because this is one of the best budgeting software that you can find out there. Vodafone, this is my Italian phone plan, and I spend €10 for unlimited internet, unlimited call, and unlimited messages. So this is the difference between Italy and Canada. In Canada, you get 50 gigabytes for $40, and you get the same in Italy you get more in Italy for $12. So it's $148 per month. My gym membership is about $542 per year. This gym is both, I think I went to most of the year I went to my local recreational center, which is about $72 per month, and for the other part of the year I was trying to understand if I needed to spend $72 or if I could just spend $10 at the local gym. At the end I decided to go back to my recreational center because they have the swimming pool, and I really like to swim also, so that is basically it. Barber, it's about $137 and 82 cents. Oh yes, so I usually go every month. I think for 6 months I tried to cut it by myself, because otherwise it's like $48 every time. So it's not cheap. It could be cheaper, I think. But I think because I went only 3 times and paid only 3 times last year. That's it basically. Clothing, I think I budget for $75 every month for clothing. So this is mostly winter stuff that I bought for Hawaii, and socks, and then what else? Briefs, trousers, shoes. Yeah, that's basically it. I buy most of my clothing at Costco. So, but I think this is super cheap for 1 year. I bought a lot of clothing this year, and to spend only $900, I think it's super cheap. Eating out, I eat out a lot. Like you can see here that this is my biggest expense. As you can see here, this is my biggest expense, and I spend close to $400 every month out eating out. Am I proud of this? No. Was it necessary? Yes. Yeah, because I really like to go out with friends. I'm a very social guy. So what ended up happening is that for birthdays or for any kind of social occasion, oh, let's go out and eat some sushi, eat some ramen, eat some pizza, eat something like that. So yeah, I think that. So to be honest, I don't think that eating out is that expensive in Canada. What is expensive is the tipping, because you don't pay that much. If you consider, if you remove $800 from this, that are the tips, you ended up paying maybe $300 per month eating out, and it's not that expensive. I mean, of course, you can always decide to not go out and cook, which is maybe healthier and cheaper. Anyway, let's move on. The other, so other, it's everything else. Here, I bought a new iPhone. All the leisure goes here. Usually a budget for 200 to $250. So for example, vacations will end up here. If I go road tripping, everything will basically go in here. And this is a lot, like I spent a lot. I didn't really try to save that much money last year on purpose. Unfortunately, my stay in Canada is limited, and I really wanted to enjoy the country. So I did at least 3 or 4 road trips. I traveled 3 times last year. So you can see this reflected in this point here. I would say that overall, if you want to save, you can definitely, because like all of these expenses, like this $24,511.20, are discretionary. Like you can just not go to the gym, or maybe use the one that you have in your apartment building, be your barber, for example. You can just avoid to eat out, all the other subscriptions. So I call these non-essentials because they are non-essentials. Like you can definitely not have Lightroom. Like you will survive without Lightroom, right? Also, without eating out, you'll survive. So overall, on non-discretionary expenses, I spent $2,042 basically. You will see a discrepancy in what I earned to what I basically to what were my expenses, because so far, if you do the math, my expenses are higher than what I earned, but there's a catch. So this is my total spending basically. I created this pie chart for the year. So as you can see, the highest expense that I had was the rent, followed by groceries, and followed by other. So I'm always try to follow the 50-30-20 budgeting rule, not in a very rigid way, but as you can see here, I basically was able to kind of stay below 50 or at 50% for the essentials expenses, which is good. In Italy, you would be extremely above the 50% target, like the salaries are extremely low. So here in Canada, I was able actually to reach a good, to get a good results out of this. So yeah, eating out again, like, yeah, I think if you want to cut some expenses, this, by the way, comes from YNAB. Like this pie chart comes from YNAB. If you want to cut some expenses, you should start from this, because this pie chart is telling me what are the major expenses that I had last year. Can I cut on rent? Yes, I could cut maybe 20% out of it. I can get a room and save 200 to 300 bucks. Can I cut on groceries? No, I cannot. I already know that I cannot. Can I cut on other? Yes, I can. Can I cut on anything out? Yes, I definitely can. So as you can see, like there are a lot of expenses that already you can try to see. Sure. Oh, as you can see, yes, you you can see here home improvement. I put this home improvement in the other category because when I moved to the new apartment in January 2025, I had to buy everything. So if we go back to the 17 this $17,000, you have to include nearly $5,000 of furnitures basically. So yeah, that was a mandatory expense, so because I needed to buy furnitures because my apartment came unfurnished. So overall, I would say that I'm pretty satisfied on how I managed my money last year. And as you can see here, these are the first 10 highest expenses that I had last year. So rent, I think this is very similar to whoever wants to come to Canada. Rent is always the first, rent or housing. Then you have groceries. Yes, yes, this is more accurate with vacation, and also the iPhone. I think I had a separate category. So other is everything else. So vacation, I had to take some certifications. I had to do a lot of like bureaucratic stuff for trying to get the PR here in Canada. So all of these expenses will basically end up in the other category. Eating out, as you can see, public transport, home improvement, leisure. This is vacation, road trips, or I don't know. Let's go to the museum. These will all basically end up in this category. The iPhone 17 Pro. I think I also added this 2011, because this is not the price for an iPhone 17 Pro here in Canada. So I think I added also the AirPods Pro in this category. Vacation, then you have internet, clothes, and gym. So yeah, overall this is my basically budget, the highest expenses that I had last year. So in summary, my income was $54,232.33. My expenses, and I will come back to this, is $44,824.27. So as you can see already, you would say, wait, you went into negative. Yes, because basically my expenses were higher than this. There was some contability issues because sometimes I forgot to double entry the expenses that I share with others. So I will enter them as I did all my expense, but I would not enter the income. So what I'm missing is the adjustment. Also my income doesn't include my stock evaluation getting higher and higher, which played a huge part because I'm planning to liquidate all my assets when I'm leaving Canada. So basically I had to make an adjustment of $5,451.91. So overall my savings, because if you do income plus adjustments minus expenses, you will have a $4,879.87. So that was the change in my net worth last year. Okay, so moving on, this is my net worth as of the end of 2025. As of today is higher. I just wanted to show you how my net worth changed during the year. As you can see, I started the year with $3,000 in debt, and I ended up having $3,000. Now I don't have any debt. I'm very happy about it. My net worth today, I think it's close to 22,000 because I was able to save and I had some tax refund coming in. So overall, I'm very happy about this. I hope that this video was helpful. I just wanted to show you all what living in Canada actually means economically, and what can you actually get What can you actually get out of a $62,000 dollar salary, basically? I don't know. Let me know what you think. Do you think I could have saved more? Do you think you could have done better? I'm very curious about it. Let me know. Don't forget to subscribe and put a like, and we'll see each other in the next video. Bye bye.